vibe right there. I like that song. Whatever song it is, that's a hot beat. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Come on in. Come on. Making me matter. Let's rock. What's good? Where you at? What city? What state? It's your girl. She unbothered. She unbothered. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's your girl. Thank you guys for those who jumped on. God bless you. It's good to be back. Oh my goodness. It is so good. So good to be back here at BKS1 Radio. Yes! I'm so excited. Y'all have no idea. It's good to be back with my buddy Norm. Hey, Norm. Hey, Norm. And those who are watching on YouTube, God bless you. How are you? Mwah! I hope you are well. Hope you guys have been well. Hope you are healthy. Hope you are staying safe. Hope you are staying safe. Hope you are staying safe. Hope you and your family are doing well. Oh, y'all. It's good to be back. I have been away for several things. I've been in Florida. Where was I at, Norm? I was in Tampa. I was had to deal with a funeral, one of my aunt's funerals. It was just a lot just going on. So I have been out, I think, for almost 2 weeks. And it's good to be back. So welcome to the Making Me Matter radio show. I hope you guys are doing well. And those who are jumping on, I see people on, but I can't see the names. Of course, you know how Facebook does not like me to always be great. So tell me what city you're in so I can shout your city out. And so tonight is going to be incredible. Tonight we're going to be talking about Unfit Part 2. Now, we did Part 1 of Unfit a couple of weeks ago. We're going to do Part 2 tonight. The other thing we're going to talk about is being left behind. That's going to go hand in hand with Unfit. So thank you guys so much. If you would like to be a loyalty, what does that mean, being a loyalty? A loyalty is someone who wants to jump on Zoom and rock out with your girl for 60 seconds to say it. So at the end of the show, what's going to happen is I'm going to, everything that we're talking about during the show, at the very end of the show, I'll go ahead and unmute each person and give you guys 60 seconds to say it. And 60 seconds to say it, you have 60 seconds to say what your thoughts are concerning the show, 60 seconds to talk about whatever's on your heart, but it has to be in relation to the show. So I'm so looking forward to this. Excuse me, y'all. My sinuses are like horrible. I can't wait. You guys gonna have to forgive me. I can't wait till summer is over because I have horrible allergies. I have horrible sinuses, and on my way here to the studio, I had the window up, closed it, this, that, mixed the window with the air, mixed the air conditioner with keeping the windows down because it's just a mess. Anybody else going through horrible allergies and so forth? It's just bad for me. But yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking about Unfit Part 2, and then we're going to go in talking about the left behind. And I got a story about why we are talking about Unfit again. Hey, Kia, I see you. Look at that. My girlfriend Shakia says she's signing in from work. You better go ahead, Kia. Kia, I saw you on Facebook. Anyone who jumps on, y'all give some love to Shakia. I saw Shakia. She went to Florida. I saw Kia on Facebook, and let me tell you guys something. That girl got a tan like no other. I thought I got tan. Shakia came back looking like Pocahontas. Came back looking like Pocahontas. Yes, indeed. So look. Before we get started with the show, I wanted to welcome you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. Again, for those who are just joining, I'm your girl Tiffany. You are on the Making Me Matter radio show. Let me know what city you are in. Put your city up so I can rep your city. Hey, Cree. Good to see you, Lucretia. How are you? Yes, so I'm glad that you are on. So right now, I want to give you guys a little heads up. Definitely want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Bougie Barista. If you have not ever tasted Bougie Barista's coffee, go to www.bougiebarista.com. That coffee is incredible. Oh my goodness. She has Oreo cookies and cookies and cream coffee. She has a snickerdoodle coffee. The coffee is just insane, and it's I love coffee. Y'all see that? I love coffee, and so I got my coffee in here now. Y'all make sure you check out www.bougiebarista, and another one of our sponsors that I have got to give a shout out to tonight. Now, I'm going to get her on the show real soon and real quick, because you ready for this? Look at this. Exertion Athletics. We got to give a big shout out to Exertion Athletics. Yes, let me tell you something. That girl right there, that girl been my friend for 20 plus years, Bianca Allen, who is the owner and founder of Exertion Athletics. Visit her at www.exertionathletics.com for your activewear. Let me tell you something. I have I don't even know what to call it, but it's a high waist something that holds all of this stuff in together. As y'all can see, I said to Norman, I got in, I said, Norm, I gained all this weight. So I have graciously gained some weight, and so thank God for Exertion Athletics, okay? Because Exertion Athletics, look at what it does. Y'all see that? She got the waist trainer on. Oh, Norm, thank you, Norm. Norm, thank you. I came in and that was one of the first things I said to Norm was, Norm, look how much weight I gained. And so I was telling Norm how I went to the gym. And when I went to the gym and got on the scale, that lying demonic thing lied to me. Norm, I told you that thing. I forgot. I was enjoying it. Like, I wanted it to stay on. Norm is like, Tiff, look, shut it down. But I don't blame you. Thank you, Norm. Because I would have just kept going like, oh, everything is okay. When I tell y'all, the scale lied to me. So I definitely want to big up. Absolutely, Kia. You already know. Kia, big up to the sponsors. Big shout out to Wanda Slaughter Darden. God bless you. Thank you for joining. So if you guys want to get your activewear, definitely go ahead and visit www.exertionathletics.com. Get your orders in. And go ahead and, no lie, it's time for us to start trying to be healthy and trying to lose weight. I realize that I'm slowing down. I get tired easily, and it's not helping me through the day. It's not helping me through the day. Shakia said me too. So I'll keep you guys posted with what I'm going to do. Kia, we'll have to do something unbothered. Hey, Reese, good to see you. Big shout out to Sharisa. Sharisa's on. Yes. So that's the one thing I wanted to show you again. Exertionathletics.com. And then last and not least, Unbothered. Can somebody say something good for Unbothered? Yes. Oh, I just turned it back on. I'm on vacation. I'm still in vacation mode. Norm came out. When I pulled up, I was just waking up in the car. It's been a day, y'all. So look at this. The Unbothered Movement. If anyone knows, I have a women's group called Unbothered the Movement. Unbothered the Movement. And Unbothered the Movement is an all women's group. It's a sisterhood. It's a sisterhood and a safe haven. You know what, Norm, forgive me for saying this, but I try to veer away from the word empowerment. You know why? Because everybody is using the word empowerment. We different over here. I don't like to look like everybody else. And I don't like to feel like everybody has the same thing or I have the same thing as somebody else. If I look like somebody else, I'm not original. So I had to say, nah, this isn't an empowerment group. You're going to get empowered, but it's a sisterhood and a safe haven. And it's called Unbothered the Movement. Go to www.unbotheredthemovement.com. And so we have our upcoming conference coming up on January 8th, 2022. Back at the Pines Manor. The food was incredible. It was so good, and I can't wait to go back and celebrate with the ladies, have an amazing time. So here's what's getting ready to happen. Registration is between August. I stretched the dates only because I have not been consistent in pushing it, right? So from August to October only, Registration is $75. Now, as of November 1st, from November to January, registration will be $99. So make sure you jump on the registration fee for $75 now. There will be no tickets sold at the door. My board members said no. They said no. I had a meeting with them some time ago, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm good for constructive criticism when I need to take it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do it. And then they're like, no, you need to. So this time around, there will be no tickets at the door. Tickets have got to be purchased in advance, no exceptions. There are sponsorship packages available. Sponsorship packages are available. If you are interested, inbox me. If you are within the group and you're watching, you can always inbox or ask me a question within the group, or send an email to unbotheredthemovement@gmail.com. So we're doing some great things, and I'm looking forward to next year, looking forward to the end of this year to prepare for what's to come for 2022. But make sure you guys register, www.unbotheredthemovement.com. So that's what I had to tell you guys. So big shout out to all of our sponsors. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. Big shout out to Sister Paula who jumped on. Listen, God bless you, Sister Paula. And Shakia says, you don't want to miss the movement. Thank you, Kia. Come on here. She's part of my team. So then another thing I wanted to talk about really quick. Couple of news things, and then I have a true story that I'm going to go into. So I don't know if y'all heard. Norm, did you hear about this? A young lady named, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Is it Dasha Kelly? She lost her job as a Vegas casino dealer. She and her 3 daughters were facing eviction. But thanks to Cori Bush pressuring President Biden to extend an eviction moratorium and a CNN appearance that she has a home and nearly $200,000 in a GoFundMe campaign. You know what? Let me tell you something. It's amazing what happens when people come together to make sure that we can take care of another person. Isn't it a beautiful thing? Hey, Kels! Good to see my Kels on here. $200,000 was raised for her in GoFundMe for she and her 3 daughters. That's a beautiful thing.
Unbothered Foundation building.
Oh, oh my God! Listen, because I'm going to tell you something, Norm. When I saw that, I said, man, I wish I had the money to just help so many people, And I was talking to somebody today, going into the next story, the water situation in Piscataway, Edison, Middlesex County.
What's up?
You ready? Did y'all hear about that? Y'all hear about that? Hey, Takesha. Did y'all hear about that water situation? There's a boil water advisory effect in 9 New Jersey towns as pipe repairs continue because there was a break. So here's what's happening. It says here, as repairs continue on a water main leak that triggered a boil water advisory in 9 towns in Middlesex, Somerset, and Union counties. Union. Y'all should see Norm's face. Wait.
You just telling me this on the show?
And wait, I had time to tell you before the show started.
And I'm just cooking.
And you do, Norm?
Now I gotta use spring water.
Now you got, look. Yeah, Shakia just put in capital letters, boil your water. Oh, yeah. This advisory also applies to Clark, Dunellen, Edison, the northern sections, Greenbrook, Linden, Middlesex, Piscataway, Roselle, and South Plainfield. Well, South Plainfield is just as good as Plainfield to me. And to a degree. Yeah, Norm stepped out. He said he got to make phone calls, y'all. So there's a water leak, right? Free bottled water. Well, this was yesterday. It said that free bottled water will be distributed until 10 p.m. on Tuesday at the Piscataway Municipal Complex. That was yesterday. And so apparently, while most of the leak has been contained, water might be discolored. So if that happens, customers should bring tap water to a rolling boil for 1 minute and allow for cooling before using. Everyone needs to boil their water, right? That's what it all that's what it all boils down to. So yeah, so you pretty much need to boil your water. And I think they said this should be fixed by tomorrow, right? So hopefully this should be fixed by tomorrow. And I think everyone will be okay. So it says here that's oh, Auntie Orlando, thank you. I can't wait to see you next year. Shakia said that my city wasn't included, but it's too close, so I boil my water just to be safe. Yeah, that's a good thing, Kia. Kel said mine either, but it's way too close walking distance. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. So y'all boil that water. So I'm going to tell you guys something else. I'm going to talk about something real quick before we go into tonight's topic. And so I was out with a girlfriend this week. And we were at a park, right? We were at a park. 3 young ladies of Indian descent. 3 little girls on a swing. I'm on one swing. My girlfriend's on another swing. We swinging. Hollywood go swinging. We swinging. And the other girls were on the swing to the left of us. And what ended up happening, we ended up walking away, walking further down, and went to sit at a picnic table. As we're sitting at a picnic table, what ends up happening, these 3 girls that were also out in the area go over to the girls, these 3 black girls. Go over to, not that part, Kia. Hey, Elder Catherine, God bless you. Good to see you. So keep in mind, y'all, these 3 Indian girls are on this swing here. These 3 black girls are in this area. And me and my girlfriend are over this way. So we see the 3 black girls. And then we are able to see the 3 black girls in view and the Indian girls, right? So what ends up happening, we're sitting back here. The 3 black girls decide to make their way to the swings. While the Indian girls are still swinging, the 3 black girls have bottled soda and bottled water. There's this one girl who you could just tell is like the ringleader, okay? And I watch her. We're watching her. Well, we're watching them because it just seemed like something, like they were up to no good. So next thing you know it, the one who seemed like the ringleader takes her bottle, starts throwing her water on the 3 Indian girls that's just minding their business. And next thing you know it, she's telling one of the other girls, go do something like that. So the other girl goes, takes her ginger ale bottle and throws it at the Indian girl. And the Indian girls aren't paying that no mind. They're trying not to cause any trouble. They're still swinging on the swings. That one ringleader girl goes back, throws the bottle at the girl while she's swinging. The girl just doesn't do anything. They decide to just get off and then like try to pretend like nothing's going on and try to take a selfie. So the 3 Indian girls are laying down in the grass like this with their phone trying to take a selfie. And we're watching. Me and my girlfriend are watching all of this. And I said, those girls over there messing with them? And she said, it looked like it, don't it? I said, yeah. She said, let's go over there. So we start walking up there. The one girl didn't even know that we were coming up, or if she did, she didn't pay it any mind. She walks up to the Indian girls while they're laying on the grass, and I hear her say, I'll F you up. Now, one thing I don't do is bullying, right? So while me and my girlfriend walking up, and that ringleader girl turned around, I said to her, we good? You all right? And she says, yes. I said, you sure? She said, yes. I said, okay. And me and my girlfriend stayed right there and didn't leave until the Indian girls left. When the Indian girls left, they stayed back for a little bit. And then the Indian girls were far gone enough. And then they walked off. I say this to say, parents, you don't know what your kids are doing when your kids leave the house. Your kids are not always innocent. I don't care how cute they are. And I think sometimes what parents need to do, and maybe I'm wrong for saying this, if your kids tell you that they're going to the park, pop up on them. See what they're doing. Just go up there just for no reason and just drive up just to keep an eye out on the kids. You know what I'm saying? Just pop up because your child could be the one that's out there bullying somebody. And then we'll come back and lie and make it seem like somebody did something to them, and that wasn't the case. So that really bothered me, Norm, because I'm like, dag, these girls been out here this whole time. These 3 Indian girls been on the swing the whole time. Nobody bothering them. We were sitting next to them, no problem. But yet these 3 young girls come popping up and want to sit up here and try to bully them. I bet you one thing, they sure enough had nothing to say to me and my girlfriend. You see what I'm saying? Sure enough had nothing to say to us after we said what we said. And that was it. Ain't nobody got games for that. I don't do bullying. If I see somebody being bullied, you best believe I'm going to say something. I'll tear a child up.
They would have got bothered.
They would have been all the way bothered that day. All the way bothered. You don't do that. So parents, even though you're teaching your children to you're teaching your children to be good kids. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. You're teaching your kids to be good kids. But when they leave the house and they're with other kids, they sometimes feel like they got to try to ante up on other people and try to show out and try to make it seem like, oh, I'm big and bad. She was the prettiest one in the group. This one girl was pretty. The other little one was, you could tell she was a lot younger. And then you had this other pretty girl, but they equally pretty. But it's always one that think that she big and bad. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad. Yes, Elder Catherine, I'm so glad that God had me and my girlfriend there. Because I wish I would have a kid and my kid come home and tell me that they were bullied. There's 5-year-olds, 8-year-olds, kids killing themselves because of things and people like that. So parents, I just want to tell you, when your kids say they leave, yeah, Kia, always one. You let me get a call from my godchildren telling me that they got bullied. Already went to Pennsylvania for one cousin. Let somebody call me about my godkids. One thing I'm going to say is that if parents, you can't always take your kids' word as their bond. If they are out and they say they going to the mall, baby, have fun. Go, enjoy. Pop up. They tell you they going to the park. What park you going to? Oh, we going to be right up the street and you can't see them? Go to the park. Pop up. Do a drive-by. Send somebody. Just to make sure that your kids are doing the right thing. Because a lot of times you don't know what your kids are doing. Every parent will swear up and down that their kid is a good kid. They don't get in no trouble. But yet will be out raising hell. So you guys make sure, for all my parents out there, godparents, aunties, whatever, please check on those kids. Check on them. These 3 girls weren't doing anything to anybody. And then those 3 black girls came over and just started throwing bottles at them. Because they knew that those 3 Indian girls weren't going to do nothing. One day they going to roll up on the right one and somebody going to tear them up. So that's my rant. So next week, I'm definitely going to talk about bullying. I want to try to get a couple of people on that have even mentioned to me that their kids were bullied. So I'm going to try to see if I can do that. So I'll keep you guys posted. Oh, my Aunt Rocky is on. Hey, Aunt Rocky. My Aunt Rocky worked in the school system. She was an art teacher. And she says, Tiffany, I can't tell you how many times I've seen stuff like this during my tenure as a teacher. Thank you for calling the parents to the carpet. You know what, Aunt Rocky? Thank you. Because I'm not trying to be funny. Listen, you know me, Sammy, we were good kids. But at the end of the day, there's a little something in us that we could have done something to somebody anyway. We weren't good 100%. You know what I'm trying to say? But for the most part, parents have got to move different. You know, you can't take your kids' word as their bond because guess what? They are kids. They are kids. Kel said those little Indian girls wasn't even bothered. They weren't. Excuse me, before I even finished, they were not. If they went and laid out to take selfies, right. And then they probably had something ready for them. Listen, Kels, don't get me started. They might have. Hey, my Trevor. Good to see you, Trev. DJ Love is on. Good to see you, Trev. What's good with you? Okay, y'all. So I had to get that out. So I might talk about bullying next week. if you want to join me on the Zoom, definitely go ahead and click on the link. I can't remember what the I'm going to see if I could copy and paste it right here. Oh, no, it's launching me to Zoom. Y'all find it. Y'all go ahead and go to the top, right where the comments are and where the video is, and it gives you a description of what's going on tonight. Click on that and join me to be a loyalty for the night. So tonight's topic, I got 2 stories to talk about. Unfit part 2, because if you missed part 1, you got to go back to July 7th, and then left behind. So what's today? Hey, Minister Hall, God bless you. God bless you, Minister Daphne Hall. Let me tell y'all what happened. I was at work this week, and somebody from my job got terminated, right? And so they're bringing all their stuff down that has to be turned in, their laptops, their monitors, all of this stuff that has to be turned in. So in turning in everything, she says, Tiffany, it was so nice meeting you, so nice knowing you, yada, yada, yada. And I said, oh, okay. Because I don't want people to feel like when they come that I know that they're getting let go or they got fired. That's uncomfortable because then it seems like people are talking. So she said, I got terminated. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, how are you holding up? She says, Tiffany, I'm okay. She said, I'm okay because as much as I love the job, it was too much. I couldn't keep up. It was overwhelming. It was just, she said, it was just too much for me. And I said, oh, really? She said, yeah, it was just, how did she word it? She said, it was just too overwhelming. I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't do the job. She said, I couldn't do the job right. And I said, you know what? That takes a big person to admit that it's them and not the company, in that sense. And so I said, and then she looks down, and I was wearing my red bottoms, right? And so she said, oh, she said, I like your shoes. I said, thank you. I said, there'll be more coming. I said, I love them. I said, but you know what, as I'm listening to you, and you said that, that you couldn't keep up and that that's what she said. She said it wasn't a good fit. She said it wasn't a good fit. I said, here's the thing. I said, can I just say something real quick? She said, of course. I said, you just complimented me on my Louboutins, right? She said, yeah. I said, I'm a size 7.5. I said, as pretty as they are and as good as they look, my personal shopper, when she measures me and stuff, she always says, Tiffany, you got to keep in mind that these run small. So if you put your foot in it, it's not true to size, that you have to go up a size because otherwise they're not going to fit. I said, as nice as these things are, hey, my twin, how are you, darling? Good to see you. As nice as these shoes are, and I am a 7.5, what you mean they not going to fit? I said, they look like they're going to fit. It's a nice shoe, and it's my size. She says, no, they're not made that way. And I said, oh. And so the girl is just looking at me. And I said, so what do you suggest? She said, you're going to have to go up a size. So I go up to an 8.5. I put them on and they look good on my feet, y'all. And so this is what I'm telling her. I said, oh, when I got that 8.5, it looked so good on my feet. I could walk, I could run, I could move in them. And I said, I want you to hear what I'm saying. And, she looks at me and says, what are you saying? I said, what I'm saying is sometimes things will look like they'll fit. And it's not until you try it out, not until you wiggle your way in to see if you got wiggle room to work with it. And if it doesn't fit, you got to put it back. You got to let it go. You got to say, I can't work with this because it just doesn't fit. And like in my case, just because it doesn't fit doesn't mean you step down. In my case, I went a size up. So I say that to you to say that just because it didn't fit, the job didn't fit, you don't know how far up God is about to take you. And when I tell you, she looked at me and said, oh my God. She said, oh my God, I needed to hear that. I said, I'm dead serious. Something could look good. It can look amazing. It could look like it's the right thing. It could look like it's the right fit, but not sometimes we won't know until we try it out. And then when we try it out and we realize we can't move, we can't work with it, we're stuck. It's like we cannot, my feet, all of our feet, after a while, your feet swell. And I need to have a swelling room, as much running around as I do. And guess what? I can do that now because I got bumped up a size. And I told her, you be encouraged, because just because you weren't a good fit here doesn't mean that God doesn't have the right size for you when you walk out of here. Did you like that, Norm? Oh, you like that?
That's why you on my team.
Yes, God. So I want to encourage y'all about being unfit again. Sometimes we need a reminder that something may look so good and look like this is the right thing. This is the right person. They're the one. This is it. This is the right job. This job is going to be the last job that I will be in. I'm going to stay here. And then you try it out. You try out the relationship. You test it. You try out the job and then you test it. And then as you're testing it, you're doing your best to make it fit. But the more you make it fit, it just hurts. The more you try to make it fit, you realize there's no room for expansion. You realize that as you walk, you could actually twist your ankle. You can start getting sores. You can get bruises. You can get blisters. The blisters can pop. Then you can get an infection. All this stuff can happen just by not being and wearing the right fit, not having the right fit. Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't have the right fit in a friendship, a job, or a relationship, or even just having conversations, and next thing you know it, you get hurt, you get heartbreak, you get depressed, you suffer anxiety, you find out that the ones that you thought were loyal, they are really not, they're fake. You find out, you know what, I can't wear this is not real patent leather, it's pleather. You find out the truth about what it is that you've tested. Y'all feel what I'm saying? You're finding out the truth about what you've tested. And even though you gave it a try, it doesn't mean that you failed. You would have failed if you didn't test it and find out. But you've tried, and then you got a chance to see it's just not a good fit. And because it's not a good fit, you are able to step up and go higher. Can somebody just post in the comments real quick? Hashtag God supersize me, because what God is about to do is move your size higher. There's some things that might not have worked out, and it's okay. Let's switch into that left behind piece. There's going to be people that have left you behind, and you feel like, oh, wait a minute. How did this happen? Why would they do that to me? And I've done this. Why would the job terminate me? In her case, she felt like, I don't understand. I was trying my best. Don't beat yourself up. God said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. Man never said that. That's a God thing. So at the end of the day, get ready for God to supersize you. You didn't take an L as a loss. You got your lesson in. Not only did you get your lesson in, you still got a blessing, because now you got something extra to add to your resume. Period. So y'all, I need you all. Kia, thank you. Listen, God will make you fit. Absolutely. Bishop said that. And then when she had said this yesterday, all it took was her to say, I like your shoes. I really like those. Are those what I think? Yeah, they are. Because I like to feel good. I like to make myself look good. I like to feel good. Y'all got the downside of me today, because this morning I was rushing out the house. Yeah, go ahead, y'all. That's it. God supersize me. Supersize me. I love you, Auntie Rocky. I love you too. God supersize me. So just because it doesn't fit doesn't mean you're going down a notch. I think sometimes we get so stuck in what isn't that we forgot what can be. We forget what will be, and we forget what is. And we focus so much on the isn'ts, the can'ts, the wouldn't, the shouldn't, and all this other stuff. And God is like, hey, get your focus off of them. I'm over here. I'm the one that got you. I'm the one that elevates you. I'm the one that goes ahead and brings you up to another level. You want to talk about an extra value meal? It starts and stops with me. People don't got that. It starts with God and it finishes with him. God is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. At the end of the day, we have our in-betweens, but God is still going to be the controlling factor and outcome. And something else I said to her is that there's a scripture in Proverbs. Is it Proverbs? Is it Proverbs? Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs, which says the end of a thing is better than its beginning. So she was all exuberant and joyful and happy, excited. I remember when this girl started this job. I remember. And when she started, she was so happy. And I told her, you still leave with joy because you're getting ready to go to the next level. Just because it didn't work here don't mean that God is not creating a whole nother position bigger than this for you. Not only will you grow, you might get more money. You might be able to say, you know what? I can demand this, I can demand that, because now you got a little bit of extra to add to your resume. You know what I'm saying? So don't get down, don't get depressed, don't get anxious. The word says be anxious for nothing. What is it? Be anxious for nothing. But with prayer, thanksgiving, and supplication, make your request known to God. What's that? Philippians, right? That's in Philippians, y'all. I'm telling you, God's got something great for us. I don't care. Listen, last time we talked about unfit, we talked about how we're not supposed to fit. Now we're talking about how unfit, when it doesn't fit, it's a blessing because God's got something else for you. Rocky, I'm so glad you jumped on too. Yeah, y'all, that's it. God supersized me. Hashtag God supersized me. Elder Catherine said, God said, I'm not letting you settle for misfits. My Lord, it's the truth. Listen, at the end of the day, it's all about how you see yourself. Even in my worst day or days that I do genuinely have, everybody has bad days. You best believe it ain't going to be long. I might be unfit during a certain time, but the one thing I will tell you is it ain't going to linger. And the one thing that's not going to happen is that thing is not going to consume Tiffany Renee Barker. That's not going to happen. Period. You know why? Because I don't put my trust in man. I mean, I trust to a degree in a sense where, let's take Norm. I trust Norm. Norm says I can go ahead and have my show. He trusts me to go ahead and do a radio show and show up. I trust him that he's going to be available to get me set up. I'm not talking about a trust like that. What I'm talking about is the trust. Thank you, Kia, for posting up that scripture. What I'm talking about is the kind of trust where you almost start idolizing. When you start idolizing things that you shouldn't be idolizing, it now it's become worship. And when you start worshiping those things, then there's no room for God. So now what? And then it's like, how did I get to this place? All because you didn't realize that you did not fit for a purpose. You didn't fit because there's a greater size for you. Some people realize that they don't fit in something and then they shut down. It didn't work. I got fired. I lost my job. This happened. I got divorced. I got dumped. He left me. She left me. The job did this. My family stopped talking to me. Okay. And such is life. Life happens. And when life happens, what do? Stop living? Nah. You look at life for what it is. Take it for what it is. And you build right there. You might need a couple of days. You might need a couple of days to get your head together. And if you do, that's okay. If you have to take a couple of days to get your head together, that's okay. But in the same breath, don't forget to come back. Don't forget to come back to that place of, who am I? They left me. He didn't. Period. This job did this. God's got something greater. God's about to supersize me. This friend stopped speaking to me. God will bless you with 3 more friends. I've seen it. Not only have I seen it, it's been a part of my life. It has truly been a part of my life. There have been times that I thought I was not fit for certain things. Someone said, oh, Norm. Somebody said something to your girl about a week or 2 ago. Someone says to me, Tiff, the reason why, matter of fact, I'm going to read it. Let me go to my Instagram page real quick because I'm going to tell y'all something that my pastor had said last night in Bible study. He said, if you can't handle the weight of who I am now, then you can. No, he said, if you can handle the weight of who I am now, then you can handle the weight of who I am going to be. That messed me up. If you can handle the weight of who I am now, then you can handle the weight of who I am going to be. That's what my pastor said during Bible study last night. And then so I added on a little commentary, right? And what I said was, someone just said to me about a week or so ago, Tiff, everybody can't handle someone like you. They aren't used to that kind of happiness and love and really cannot handle you. We're talking about being left behind, right? And then it hit me. So y'all look at this. This is my analogy. I wrote also that every hand has two sides. One side looks smooth, right? Oh, why my hand looks so big? I promise y'all my hands are not this big. Every hand has two sides, right? One side looks smooth. And the other side has lines going in all different directions. And everyone wants the smooth side, but not the side that has the lines going in every direction. And that's why we get left behind, because everybody wants this. But then when you get to the ridges and it starts turning this way, and then it branches out into, look at that, branches out into a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then this isn't even fully, this one's connected here, and then it goes over here, and then this line goes this way, and then got all these lines on my hand. And yet this side is smooth and pretty and pink with these nails. And then this side, rough, little bit of callus and lines. Sometimes I get a blister because of working and pulling and doing stuff. And sometimes we get left behind because people can't handle all of us. And even when, how about this? Even when there's no way that anybody can actually know all of us, but they can know enough of us to learn how to handle us. But sometimes people choose not to. And it can be hurtful. It can be hurtful. You know what I said to someone? Something else my pastor said last night. Let me go to this thing real quick. Something else he said. Where are my notes at? He mentioned something about trusting. My bishop had said, he mentioned something about trusting. He said, he prayed last night and was talking about, God, send someone our way that is ready to hear my truth. People leave because they can't deal with the truth of who we are. Right. Y'all hear Norm? Yeah. And not only do they leave because they can't hear the truth of who we are, they can't hear the truth. I'm sorry. No, that's okay. That's my auntie. They can't, not only is it because they can't see the truth of who we are, they have trust issues. Trust issues are a big deal. Trust issues are a big deal. And so here's something that I said. Here's something that I did say. I said to one of my girlfriends last night, Reese, I said, you know what, Reese, you know what the part is with me? Everybody could trust me with all their stuff. Everybody can. But I can't trust everybody with me. And that's the part where I had to sit back and say, well, you're not supposed to trust everybody with you. There should be boundaries. There should be limitations. Everybody shouldn't have access with you, period. They shouldn't have access. And so with that being said, you get left behind. It's okay. It's all right. And you know what I'll tell you? I think one of the other things too is that we get so stuck on who's left that we can't move forward. We get so focused at looking what was left behind, and we can't go ahead. I have been, what year is this, Norm? 2021? Hey, Auntie, I see your gorgeous self. I forgot what year is this, 2021. So I've been a widow since 2009, got married in 2007. And 2 years after, 2 years after we've been married, like literally 2 years. My birthday, November 6th, wedding anniversary, November 10th. Dwayne died the 12th. Y'all know the story. And so I've been a widow for almost, math was never my subject, English was. Whatever length of time that was, since 2012. No, it's 2009, I've been a widow. Can y'all imagine if I was still stuck in that place of widowism, of not wanting to move forward, when there's a world, there's a life? I have been taken out. And here's the deal. Let me just say this. Not taken out on the strength of I want to be with you, or taken out where I just want to sleep with you. I'm too old for that. I can smell that from a distance, and I don't even let it get near me. And so it's more of, and there's nothing wrong. Somebody was, Tiffany, can I take you out to eat? Absolutely. I love food. I'm not going to turn a plate down. Let's go. Where we going? Where are we going? You know what I'm saying? And so I am, that's just where I'm at. There's a world of new things that I've not seen in my marriage, the 2 years. But when Dwayne died, I gave myself a year. I started dating someone a year after Dwayne. And I didn't even want to do that. I wish my girlfriend was on here, Willie, because Willie would tell you I almost didn't want to leave the house. I felt like I was marked. Like if anyone sees me, they're going to look at me and say, oh, she's a widow. I don't know what it is. It was something about that time that I felt that people would look at me and see the mark of being left behind. But I'm here to tell y'all that being left behind is not being left behind the way you think it is. Sometimes it's a place so that God can open up a door for you to simply go forward into territory and land that you never know you can be exposed to and explore. Oh, Tracy. Good to see you, Trace. Lord Jesus. Tracy, am I in the lane? Let me know. I didn't even look down. I looked down just now. So when I tell you, I don't know who that is, so I'm not letting them in. We had that issue before, and I ain't doing it. But I'm just telling y'all, when my late husband died, I was livid at him and God. I said, why? I said, God, you being who you are, why would you allow me to move 1,500 miles away knowing he was going to die? God told me that he gave me what I wanted. And I believe him because I told God that's the one I wanted. And so even with that whole left behind piece, I learned so much in those 2 years. Let me just keep it G with you. I've been at church. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. You'd be proud of me because I didn't click it. I had, and if whoever it is, if they want to get in, they can go ahead and text me or inbox me. So what ended up happening was when Dwayne died, I sat back and thought about some things. What did I learn? What can I take from that? What took place in the life and in the death that can help me go forward so I won't be bound with being behind, so that I won't be bound with being stuck in this mindset of I can't move forward. I don't deserve to be loved. I feel like even though he's dead, if I go on, I'll feel like I'm cheating on him. The devil is a liar. I got a whole lot of goodness and glory all up in this 5'3.5". And you best believe, fat and all, God got somebody that's going to go ahead that I'll be prepared for differently, since Dwayne has taught me a lot in marriage. I learned a lot about marriage by being married. I learned a lot about men differently than what I would be used to by being married. So, me being left behind as a widow, and I'm going to be honest with you, I hate that for my life. I hate that term for me. I know people that say I'm a widow. I say I'm single. I don't even file widow on my taxes. I file single. I just hate that word. And I don't know if I don't want to identify with that. I don't want to be stuck in that place of that kind of label. So I had to learn that being back this way, being left behind from a death, doesn't mean that I'm left behind from life. There's still life. God gives abundance. He wants us to live a life that is abundant in Him. But we let life circumstances abundantly take over the conception that we can have more. So I pray that y'all are encouraged behind that. Let me look at some of these comments and then I'm going to get my auntie on. My Aunt Rocky said, Tiffany, I love the lines. Oh, Auntie, these lines, the callus, the roughness, and the textures of your hands tells a story. Yes, it does, Auntie Rocky. It's who you are. People, be proud of your story. I'm proud of my rough hands. You know what, Aunt Rocky? I love that. I love that. And I'm proud of my rough hands, too. And whoever gets blessed with all this goodness and glory and roughness, they're going to be thankful for it. And then we have, let's see, we got Kels over here saying, yes, all that goodness and glory. And then Aunt Rocky said, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Oh, yeah, Aunt Rocky, he passed 2009. 2009. He died 6 days after my birthday, 2 days after our wedding anniversary. And I refuse to be stuck in that. There's life more than that. There's God who holds an entire universe. How can I be stuck with what left and that I have no control over and that can no longer respond? I'm not cheating on Dwayne. I'm no longer married. I have got to have I had to train myself. I didn't want that guilt of, is it okay to date? Is it okay to start seeing? Is it okay? I gave myself, I didn't want to seem like I was jumping on the bandwagon too quick. Gave myself a year. After that, that was it. Because there's still life. Regardless how the person leaves or how the company does things or how family and people do. You still have a life ahead and a life forward, regardless of what tries to or intentionally or unintentionally leaves you behind. So God bless y'all. I'm going to go ahead and unmute my auntie real quick and see what she got to say. She's like, hold up, I wasn't ready. So I'm going to let her talk. What is it? It's 7:54. We have 60 seconds to say it.
I don't know if I can get it in 60 seconds, but here we go.
Well, I got to be off the air at 8 o'clock. So I'll tell you what, because you're the only one, I'll give you 3 minutes.
No, okay. Well, look, I'm gonna try to say. I heard what you said, and because I came on late, but
that's okay.
It breaks my heart. But I also understand. Let me give you a flip side of that story.
Okay.
You don't know Tiff, because you don't know. My dad died when I was 11. And he died in a naval accident in Barcelona, Spain, which left my mother a widow. I think she was probably 33. She was young with 3 kids, and it took her a year. So I'm speaking from a child's perspective.
Wow.
It took her a year, and she did date, and I saw one or two of the jerks that came along. They thought because she was a widow that she had something that they could get, you know.
That's fine. Okay. Thank you.
And then the one guy that she did date, which was the closest that I would ever get to getting a dad, she wound up breaking up with him and then got mad at me because my kids called him grandpa. But that was my relationship with him, and all respect, his name was Nick Haynes, and He helped me. He met me through junior high, high school, college, helped me get my first internship. But the sad part about this is my mother stayed stuck. My mother is 77, and she's stuck. She never remarried. So I don't know if she didn't remarry because of the benefits. Because there are different reasons why people don't remarry when you're a widow.
Right.
Especially when it's, later on in life, but hers was early.
Right.
But anyway, the bottom line is she sits in the house all day long, watching TV, has her days and nights mixed up, probably about 300 pounds at this point. And I have tried my best to try to help her, and it's nothing that I can do. So my mother is literally wasting away as a widow. And I don't know if she'll ever hear me say this, because I don't know if she watched this type of stuff, but it's sad. It's sad, and there are so many other things that could have been done in life. And then, don't get me wrong, she did date and stuff, but it just got to a point where all that stuff kind of shut down, and she's still by herself. So I want you to realize this. When Dwayne died, that was the end of your covenant.
Right.
That was the end.
Say that again, because there's widows watching right now. Okay. That was the end of a covenant.
When you get married, it is a blood covenant. Mm-hmm. And the blood covenant is created if you are a virgin. There is blood that is spilled on your wedding night, which creates the marriage covenant. When your spouse dies, male or female, that covenant has been fulfilled and it's over. So you don't have to be concerned or, upset what people are going to say. Who cares? I don't care what nobody say. I'm married. It'll be 33 years next month. But if my husband... And I don't think I would. I don't think get remarried. And I say that because I would focus most of my time on my kids and my future grandkids. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't care what nobody said because I know I did it biblically.
There it is.
And if I left or he left, it's done biblically. And that's the only thing that I have. That's my plumb line. So, Tiff, that's your plumb line, too.
Yep. Oh, trust me. After a year, I emotionally didn't want to because I still wanted answers. I still needed to seek God at that time. And I did. Because of the relationship I have, hopefully we all have an individual relationship with God. If not, I totally encourage you to get one because you'll get all the answers you need. And I went to God and I questioned him. I said, God, how do I do this? What do I do? How do I go forward? Can I go forward? And I just kept it real. I knew I was free from the marriage to remarry because I was a widow. But in the same breath, it's like, do I really want to start over? Am I really going to, how do I date again? Am I going to get somebody that was close like him or be better? I don't want to waste my time anyway. But I didn't know unless I tried. And you know what? I can honestly say, every person that I've allowed to take me out, they treated me like a lady. Because guess what? I'm not going to accept anything less. Now,
people treat you how you let them treat you.
Right. Now, then there was two that I've dated that one, when I was in Texas, said that he said that, and he had kids. He said that he didn't want to get married again until he started dating me, and he was thinking about marriage. And I would have never guessed that. And so we said, well, we'll see what happens. But it didn't work out. Things end up happening, and so it is what it is. But for the most part, at the end of the day, I wasn't afraid after I had my moment of there's nothing I can do about this situation. I was left behind as a widow. That's the reality. But it doesn't mean... I
don't like the term left behind.
I know, but it's the truth. If somebody dies, they leave you. So even
they
though
didn't leave you. They didn't leave you, sweetheart. God knew what was going to happen before you were even conceived in your mother's womb.
I believe
He
that.
knew everything that was going to take place.
I believe that.
And everybody handles widowhood differently.
Right.
Our Godfather. Let me tell you something. I wish he won't do it. I told him I really want him to write a book and share his story, and he won't do it. But his wife died, which is our godmother. He will never remarry. Period.
Okay, so he's one of those that said that was my wife. That was like Coretta Scott King. I could never see her getting remarried. Who's gonna? And because it's almost like you compare without trying to compare. You compare like, how can they match what I had? So you.
Yeah, no. His thing is, I don't want to be around anybody that's gonna ask me about remarriage. Don't try to set me up with anybody because you're gonna get it. He still honors her as his queen, as his wife. On her birthdays, he drives down to the church, which is a couple hours away. He even, and this is just his love for her. He took over the graveyard. It's in the rural area, and he redid the whole graveyard because his wife was there.
What?
He put up fencing. Yes. He redid the entire graveyard. The beautiful, beautiful tribute and dedication. He'll never remarry. And that's okay, but that's him.
That's him.
And he's older. And I get that. But for you and for the younger ones, I wouldn't just take it to God and let him lead.
Yep.
And don't force.
Nope.
And it's some dudes out here that, as soon as you say you're not going to be sexually active because you're not married, some dudes take that as a challenge. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to date you, but I'm going to see if you really going to hold out, So you got to be careful who you let in your circle. You really have to be careful.
I told somebody.
But I applaud you. You walked this graciously.
Thank you.
You are an example and a role model for young widows, and you just keep doing your thing.
Thank you. I'm going to do my best and just continue to ask God to lead me. I told one of my girlfriends today, I said, I should be in a convent. I said, we were talking today. She was talking about some old stuff. And I said, girl, I need a habit. I should just be in a convent and call me Miss Re-Virginized. She fell out and hollered. She said, don't make me hang on this phone. I'm sick of you.
But we got to go back and remember the Book of Ruth and Naomi.
Come on here. Where's Boaz? Come on through, Boaz.
We got to.
And then when the marriage come, that Song of Solomon. Oh, isn't that Song of Songs? Song of Solomon. Oh, that book is something beautiful. Oh, yeah. Let me finish sipping my coffee on that note.
It's 8:03. It's 7:03 down here, so you late.
I sure am. Because Norm said I could keep going. Oh, I'm so glad. What you about to do?
Huh?
You about to go shopping? I see you parked somewhere. Where you parked at? Well, don't tell me where you parked at, but what you about to do?
I am parked finally. No, I had to, the Unstoppable Black Woman Sisterhood edition. I had to go to the post office and mail those books. And now my husband and my son, they're finishing up work. So I got to figure out dinner. So I think I'm at the grocery store, H-E-B. Get ready to go to the grocery store.
Wait, pause 1 second. For y'all that don't know, this one here is a cooking somebody. What I'm scared to ask what you're making tonight, because y'all remember in Waiting to Exhale when Gregory Hines asked Loretta Devine about what she was cooking? She said, oh, nothing, just a little bit of black eyed peas, turkey wings, collard greens, macaroni and cheese. That's how she cooks. I say, what are you cooking? Oh, nothing, just gonna make some crab legs, some lobster, gonna make some rice. I'll probably throw in some turkey. What are you cooking?
I'm thinking of some pan-seared fish. So and that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about making a lemon butter pan-seared fish.
That sounds good. What you gonna have with it?
Girl, vegetables. Okay, we gotta look. Let me just look. We gotta come back on because I got this herbologist coming in,
Ooh.
and we have to have a conversation, Tiff. But
Yeah.
we need to eat more vegetables. Did you know if you're diabetic? Hear me. If you're diabetic and you eat protein and starch together, you'll never get rid of diabetes.
I never knew. Did y'all know that? If you eat protein and wait, say that again. If you eat protein and starch together, so
Take a potato, meat and starch, which is what we eat.
so how do you have to eat it separately or just not eat it that day at all?
You eat it separately. You don't mix proteins and starch.
I
He
never
said you
knew
will
that.
never. So it's the master herbologist, Patrick Dell. I don't know if you know him, but thousands know him. And he has graciously agreed to come down here to Spring, Texas. And we're going to he's going to do one-on-one consult. And then we're going to have a presentation. And then he's going back to Grenada. But he's agreed to come. And I'm so excited. But you have to be serious. You have to be serious about making a change. And after that darn kidney stone episode that I just went through, it made me even more committed to trying to take care of me.
I heard kidney
did a
stones
video
are nothing to
earlier
play with.
today. I said, take care of your health before
Right.
take control of your health before your health takes control of your life.
That's good. I actually shared it in the Unbothered group. When I saw
You
you
did?
say that, when I saw you say that, and I saw you live, I shared it. And I had just said that what I need to do is go ahead and start trying to lose weight because, as you can see, I kind of got a little fluffy.
Well, I don't want, and see, like I said, girl, you're going to have us up here forever. I don't want you to look at it as losing weight. I want you to look at it as allowing your body to reset and restore and replenish. So if you can reset your system by detoxing and you can restore your organs to their normal point of balance, then you're good. Then the weight will come off. If people have high blood pressure, diabetes, all that stuff will change. But we got to take care of our internal stuff. And like I said, I was upset. I said, I saw he listed a kidney detox, right? I don't need to do that. I don't have any kidney issues. I had a kidney stone and didn't know I had kidney issues. And I fell in my backyard. Long story. I fell in my backyard in some rock. And that's what jarred the kidney stone out of my kidney.
What?
Yeah. So I have been dealing with a kidney stone since Father's Day in the emergency room. And I'm more determined than ever for people to be proactive as opposed to reactive. If I would have done his kidney stone detox, what he would have put me on would have broken up the stone. And I wouldn't have had crisis where I'm out vomiting in a parking lot.
Right.
Can't drive, paralyzed with pain twice. I wouldn't have had those episodes. And I didn't even know it. So,
Well, I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good.
me too.
And I'm glad
Me
you're
too.
Yeah, I heard kidney stones are nothing to play with. So she said no starch and protein at the same. I never heard of that before. Never.
So when we go to the restaurant, we eat steak and potatoes.
Hey, steak and potatoes
Right?
sound good to me. Yeah. And that's how we get it. And then you have a leafy food. So it's steak and potatoes, and then you have.
You can't have no meat with my mac and cheese.
Wait. No. What? Because he makes the best macaroni and cheese I've ever had in my life. We're not going to do that. So this is what we'll do. I'll eat the macaroni. She said I can't have them together. So I could eat the macaroni and cheese first. I'll wait about an hour or two, and then I'll have the meat after. And then once about 30 minutes to an hour of having that meat, I'll go ahead and go back to the macaroni and cheese. Is that how it goes?
Hours. It takes 14 hours for your body to break down beef. So once
Well, it looks
gets
like
out
I'll
of your
just be eating
stomach
macaroni and cheese.
it gets into your intestines, then it starts fermenting because it's not fully broken down. So then why do you think we get bloated and we get gassy?
Well, can I just say that we know God to be a miracle worker, which means he can be a miracle digester the day that I have that macaroni and cheese and whatever it is that he eats that he's going to be making. I don't know if it's going to be chicken, steak, whatever you make on that good day that the Lord will bless us with to see. I'm going to enjoy them both that day and believe that God's going to digest them quick.
What's the gentleman's name that you're talking to?
That's Norm.
Huh?
Norman. Can you hear him,
Norman?
Norman?
You need to anoint Tiffany with some oil right about now. And lay your hand on it and pray.
Tell the pretty lady I will.
He said, tell the pretty lady I will. Oh my gosh.
I'll share more with you on that, but it's a reason why certain foods shouldn't be eaten together.
So we need to talk about that on Unbothered. So yeah. I need to, you know what? I will schedule something. Inbox me some dates, Auntie, that you're free. Maybe, I don't want to do Friday. If we do Friday, maybe I could do it during my lunch hour. So let me know what dates you're free between Friday and next week, excluding Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, I'm going to Kentucky, so I'm not available on Friday. My aunt is being honored as the honorary Grand Marshal of a Juneteenth parade.
Come on here!
In Paducah, Kentucky. So I'm going down there to surprise her. She doesn't know we're coming, so we're going to surprise her. She'll be 81.
I won't tell her a word. You don't think she can hear me whispering, right?
Don't tell her.
Okay. I love you so much. So when you get back, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. So y'all, there it is. We look, Shakia's over there laughing because I said miracle digester. Y'all, let's get ready to close out. And I will see you guys next week. Next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel. And so before we go out, I just want to pray real quick. I got 60 seconds to pray it. So we're going to go into prayer. God, how we thank you for this time. We thank you for this time of realness, God. We thank you for this time of laughter. We thank you, God, for your presence, for for teaching us, God, for teaching us, Lord, about steak and potatoes. Lord, we're going to have a discussion after that. But God, we still thank you. We thank you, God, for the education, God. We thank you for what you're doing with the Making Me Matter radio show. And for those who are watching, God, I pronounce and ask a special blessing over their life. I ask even now, God, that whatever situation that they're in where they feel like they don't fit, let them know, God, that you are about to supersize them and take them a size higher than the size that wasn't fit or conducive to their lifestyle, because you have more and greater for them. Let them not be intimidated. Let them not be discouraged, oh God. God, let them not be dismayed of the faces that may try to come up against them. Let them not be ashamed to reach out and call on you, cry out to you, even if they haven't, and let them not feel guilty for not calling out. Let them know if they haven't reached out to you, they haven't called out to you, they haven't prayed, let them know now is the time to do so. Now is the time for them to hear from you. Now is the time for you to also speak. So I ask, God, that you bless each household. Let somebody know tonight that you love them. Embrace someone tonight, Lord. Comfort. I ask a special prayer over Sister Malika over at my church, Lord God, who just lost her mother. I ask that you uphold her arms, oh God. Uphold her heart, God. Massage her heart. Uphold her family and love on her differently today. And I ask all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. I'm going to finish the rest of my coffee. Auntie, I love you.
I love you, Lord. I'll be in New York in October.
Oh, we got to get dates. We got to get dates so I can come out and see you. And we can
I'll be in town.
Oh, I know you are on cloud 9. That's going to be so exciting. She's going to be so happy to see her mom. Yes, her mama. Have a good night. Tell Uncle H and And James Harold, I said, hey, cuz.
I will.
All
Love
right.
to all. Love to your family.
All right. I'll let them know. Love you.
Okay, love you too.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. God bless y'all. God keep you. We're going to have us a good night for the rest of the night. And I hope you guys make it super dope. Make it super great. Love on you different. And eat your steak and potatoes separately. And good night. Norm. That man, I don't, right here? I don't know. Yeah, right here. Y'all gonna have to pray for me. I don't know what to do about that steak and potatoes. I'm just all discombobulated. I can't even focus. I can't have steak and potatoes together. It's a problem. Good night, y'all.